Last month, I had the unexpected opportunity to run sets versus RobTV, a famous commentator in the Street Fighter VI professional scene. Unbeknownst to me, he was also a pro player himself before he pivoted to commentary and content creation. Street Fighter League, Capcom Pro Tour, the whole bit. So I was in way over my head and got thoroughly washed. But it still made for excellent practice against his top-tier Akuma. A month later, Big Bird, my favorite former Marisa player, offered to do replay analysis for his viewers on the stream. I hopped in to watch, only for Big Bird to call me out by name and ask for one of my Marisa replays, an opportunity that I was not about to miss. I don't have many recent Marisa matches because I've been dedicating the bulk of my time to learning Ken as a secondary. So I ended up offering the first of my many matches versus Rob. I'm going to play the raw footage of the match first, then Big Bird's replay analysis, clipped with permission from his stream, and finally, my applying some of his specific suggestions in the lab. Here we go. Okay, so Rob wants to play Marissa's. Everybody tag me. Here we go, I guess. His current MR is about where I was last season, so this might actually be pretty even. Akuma is a weird matchup for Marisa. Like, if I cook him, he gets cooked. But if I end up in the vortex, it's bad.
Fight. Round one. Fight. No escape.
It's not going great. Shouldn't have tried it. Still got all my meter though. Ooh, nice. Oops, I dropped it. Oh my god, nice bait! I'm dead. Alright, I gotta not let him zone me out.
Before we start, and for anyone who is wondering, this matchup is actually one of Marisa's worst matchups. Yeah, just keep the SF music in the background, it's fine. We don't really need the music. You know what? Okay. This matchup is actually one of the worst matchups for Marisa, in my opinion. When Akuma came out and people were doing Marisa combos and Akuma, they were like, oh shit, this is a 7-3 matchup. No, this is, in my opinion, way more than 6-4 matchup for Akuma. Okay. Now, you're not, first of all, you're not parrying. I know it's hard to parry, but you should at least attempt to parry. Perfect parrying fireballs is really, really important as Marisa, as any character. But even for Marisa, it's very, very important to perfect parry fireballs. However, I like that you tried to go for a solution, but you picked the wrong version of Superman Punch. Now, if you went for the heavy Superman Punch, it would have worked. But you went for the light one, and you got bodied. Yeah, you're not trying to... perfect parrying is very, very important as Marisa Femship. If you have trouble with it, I suggest you do drills every single day. Because this perfect parry will not just only help you as Marisa, but will help you in a lot of matchups. Especially characters like Akuma. Because not only is your drive gauge getting cooked, but you're also losing the neutral war. That was a few... Oh, you don't have stand heavy kick, I forgot. But stand heavy kick would have worked here. Perfect parry would have gotten you out of... Ah, shit. Okay, that's... I don't like going for drive rush heavy punch into heavy punch, because not only are you losing your throw, strike throw mix up, but you're pushing him far away as well. And you're giving him a chance to perfect parry you. I would always just go for drive rush stand heavy punch. I would just always go for drive rush stand heavy punch and get close. Either you go for light kick, light punch, or you go for throw, or you go for shimmy. But you lost your turn there because you went for the drive rush heavy punch, heavy punch. You got shimmied. Very risky attempt, but I understand because if you're oh, nice. Okay, so this should be the turning point. Okay, let's see what decision you got after that. That doesn't work, Femship. That does not. Fireball, just have the bot fireball. Yeah, just have the bot fireball and then parry. What you should have done here, it's very, very fake, doesn't even work. Because you walked back, what you should have done here is light kick, light punch. Or just stand heavy punch and get close again. So your turning point was basically, one, when you finally got the hit you were struggling to get, yes, when you finally got the hit you were struggling to get, you wasted it by doing drive rush, heavy punch, heavy punch. You could have kept him in the corner, you could have applied more pressure at him, and he was low on drive gauge, which means you could have burned him out as well, potentially. But you doing that stand heavy punch into heavy punch, you gave him more chance to build meter, get out of the corner, and basically go back to neutral, which Marisa does not win the neutral. Yo, Devilane, thank you for the gifted sub. And then it calls it this turning point. When you watch replays and you're trying to learn, you don't go to when you get knocked down. You try to go for the moment there was a turning point in this round, right? So when Femship got hit here and then drive rushed, you don't look at this moment. You don't look at, oh, I shimmied here, I shouldn't have shimmied here. No, there's no such thing as I shouldn't have thrown, I should have not teched, all of that. No, you go to the moment where it caused you to be in that position. So I feel like that's how you should look at replays. A lot of people tend to go for this moment. Oh, I shouldn't have teched, I shouldn't have shimmied, I shouldn't have gotten shimmied and all of that. But that will just put you in a very confused situation because you don't know what you guessed wrong here. There's nothing really you could have done better. You just guessed wrong. Maybe you shouldn't have taken the throw. You should have taken the throw, but ultimately you need to look at what caused you to be in that position. The problem with modern Femship is you don't have one of Marisa's best normals, which is stand heavy kick. And you don't have a low. Her only low, that's not a sweep, you don't have it. So it's kind of hard to stop people from just walking back, you know? And that's the problem with Modern. That when I played Modern Marisa, you guys remember, for those of you who were there, I pointed out these two things. There's no stand heavy kick, which you end up losing a big whiff punish and a good poke. And there's no low, long reaching low that you can use to harass your opponents. So here, in my opinion, after this, because you're low on drive gauge, and drive rush stand heavy punch is somewhat fake, you should go for either forward heavy kick into Gladius, it's a true block string, or you drive rush stand medium, drive rush slow. I think drive rush slow would be good. But drive rush command grab is super fake. Yeah, drive rush crouch medium kick works. When I played Modern, I did not have a way to stop people from walking back. That was my biggest issue with Modern Marisa. Like, oh, the reactions and everything is good, but bro, I'm losing the neutral. I can't play. What the fuck am I gonna react to? Now, Femship, if you actually perfect parried, it would actually make the matchup a lot better. Okay, you got hit by overhead. No anti-air from RobTV. Okay, even though this combo is good, but you wasted resources. Going for stand meter punch isn't bad, but you have to spend meter, you have to spend an extra meter as well. You should have gone for back heavy punch, save your meter, and end up spending just 1 bar instead of 3 bars. When you spend 1 bar instead of 3 bars, that means you have more bars to actually make more decisions. Now, because you spent this, and then you drive rushed, you're at 2 bars or less. You're at 2 bars or less, which means you lost any drive rush cancel, and you're not as scary as with a full stack of meter. You missed your combo. Any suggestions for lagging jump-ins? Yeah, I mean, that was gonna hit Femship because you jumped over a fireball. If Winky Face, they give it a tier 1. Spire is 10, they give it a tier 1. If you jump over a fireball, then you should be ready to hit confirm into your max damage. If you get a lucky jump in, then I don't blame you for not hit confirming. But if you jump over a fireball, it's clear it's gonna hit. So you should always be, what's it called? Be ready. Now I believe if you hit that combo, you would have been in a very favorable position. I know that feeling. That was a good attempt, but Marisa's level 3 is very slow that it does not work.
Oh my god, nice bait. I'm dead.
So this all spiraled downwards when you missed your combo. Alaikum salam Khabbaz. Level 2 would have worked, but he could also level 3 you. He could also level 3 you. Because he didn't cancel into anything. Don't always medium punch have to jump in Femship because you're wasting bars. You're wasting bars which makes you less scarier. Your decisions are dictated, how scary you are is dictated by how many bars you have. If you have less than 3 bars, you're not as scary as if you have more than 3 bars, you know? So you should always have that meter. You missed the combo here, and then you missed your meaty afterwards, which caused this. Drive rush, yeah. And then you lost.
Oh my god, nice bait. I'm dead.
Some key decisions that you took that didn't work out is why you lost. Like the driver stand heavy punch, which caused you to lose your turn. Parrying fireballs is very important. Nordic Arrow and Mythos, thank you for the tier 1. Perfect parrying fireball is very important. Let me show you why exactly it's important. A lot of people think perfect parrying fireballs, not the high level players obviously, but from mid to low level players, they think perfect parrying is just a way to punish your opponent. No, it's way more than that. Can you do a replay for me? I'm trying. I'll check now, but I want to do complex and I want to do a Ryu. Now look at the difference between parrying and perfect parrying. So I parry, right? I'm being pushed back when I parry. When I regular parry, I'm being pushed back. So I'm not really gaining anything from doing this. But if I perfect parry, I'm not getting pushed back. So that means I'm getting closer to my opponent. When you get closer to your opponent is not going to keep throwing fireballs because you're getting closer. But when you regular parry, you're getting pushed back. So you're not achieving much besides not draining your drive gauge. But when you're close, you can do this as Marisa. This shit is not easy, by the way. Because that shit is a bullet. Come on! Yes, you get this. This is why it's important to practice perfect parrying fireballs. Because one of this means you got the corner. And then you can run your own game plan. So, not only does it help you get a punish, but it also helps you close the distance between you and your opponent. This goes for any character with a fireball, not just Akuma. Yeah, Akuma's heavy fireball is one of the hardest to perfect parry. Because that shit is just... See? And then you get this. Corner. Then you can run your game plan. All of this spiraled from you perfect parrying. So that's how important perfect parrying fireball is. And then if you're in this range, what you did was this, and you got hit. But if you go for this, you get the corner. Now another thing I want to talk about is when you jump the fireball, this is what you should have done. Now I have 5 bars. I have 5 bars of meter, and I can afford to cancel. But if I go for this, for example, look. For example, you had 2 meters, so your options on offense are very, very less. Yes, don't heavy punch target combo. Let me put him to block, and I'll show you what I mean. As Marisa against these kind of characters, when you get a knockdown, you have to make the most out of it. See, if he blocks this, so if he blocks this, I got nothing to do here, you know? I got nothing to do here. But if you go for this, look how close I am. I'm +1. You go for throw, and then you do it again. Or you go for low, or you go for shimmy. But if you go for this, you got nothing. So that's how important her side heavy punch is. And even if he gets hit, he does not want to block. Nothing. Yeah, clip it, it's fine. But if you go for this, they get hit, bro, they lost the game. They lost the game. So that's how important her driver stand heavy punch is. Alright, who do we have next?
So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about here with the benefit of hindsight and Big Bird's analysis. The first one being that I'm giving Akuma an opportunity to walk back if instead of just doing this, I'm doing this. Which I hadn't really thought about, but the pushback is more significant on the target combo. So I have Akuma set here to just begin walking back on block. As you can see there's a 0 frame delay on it. As soon as he's out of block stun, he's walking back. And if I do the drive rush into target combo, that barely even connects after with him beginning to walk back. At many ranges, I think it wouldn't connect at all. Nope. Yep, just whiffs. Which is, I believe, what happened in the actual match with Rob. So, largely, I want to be going for just this, which, as you can see there, even at a further range, still connects. And if I'm trying to check walk back off of the target combo, I think I have fewer options. I want to see if this works. Yep, I don't get a combo there because I'm already too far away from him. Whereas if I check walk back with the same thing from the same range off of just stand heavy punch, combo. I think I'm also too far away to throw off of this. Yep. But off of this, even with walk back on, I can grab him. So there's a lot more options off of this, for sure, than off of the alternative. Particularly with the ability to grab the walk back with the crouch white kick, since modern Marisa loses her other relevant loads. The other thing I wanted to talk about with checking walk back, I'm going to move to the left here, dummy settings, block after first hit. Just going to go back to recordings, turn on the walk back. Marisa's stand heavy kick has what is called proximity guard, which means that once you start throwing it, if they were walking back, they get stuck to the floor exactly where they were when you started throwing it. I don't have stand heavy kick on modern. I do still have sweep, and Marisa's sweep, including the charge sweep, but the charge sweep being only -3 and therefore safe on block, has proximity guard. So that's another option I should probably be using more often to catch walk back, because as Big Bird said, it's a lot harder to catch walk back without the stand heavy kick, just to demonstrate that. Obviously, if I time it too late, then even though he freezes in place, I'm going to whiff, I'm going to get punished. But as long as I register that he's walking back in time to start doing this, obviously he could still crouch block. It's a lot less likely he's going to crouch block if I don't do the charged version. The only downside to the uncharged version is that it's not safe on block. It could get punished if he does block. So I have to decide, do I think he's not going to block and go for uncharged? Or do I just want to stop the walk back and know I'm still safe on block with charged? But either way, this is a tool I need to be using more often. Particularly against characters whose walk speed is this egregious in the current state of the game. Now, the other thing that Big Bird talked about is the ability to perfect parry the fireballs. So I'm literally just going to attempt to do that now. I already recorded the fireballs in use. Let's go. This is hard. Even when it's the only thing I'm thinking about, this is hard. Let alone the option selecting of the normal behind the parry. Like there, I could have hit him. Hey! Okay, I autopiloted target combo, but that was it. That was it. It's possible. I just have to drill it. Thank you, Big Bird. And then the other thing Big Bird talked about was that when I know a jump-in's gonna land, and I don't have to hit confirm it like a random jump-in, that I want to save my meter by doing 4 HP into quarter circle back heavy, which I can input fairly reliably at this stage in my FGC journey after originally not being able to do any motion inputs. I just need to register this jump-in's definitely gonna hit. So I'm gonna demonstrate that versus the fireball recording. And that's also the manual DP safe jump, which I can finally do. And just for that, and him hitting a button after the safe jump, he would be dead. Because I saved my meter and was able to get the maximum second combo. Oops. And that's also a much bigger combo if I open with the meterless Akuma, because I have more meter to extend. That's 6105 versus... So it's like a 500 damage difference for doing the meter conservation starter when I know the jump-in's gonna hit. So that's just something I need to be more aware of in real matches, because as you can see, I can absolutely input, especially on punish counter, there's so much time. And I think that's it for key things I wanted to test in the lab based on Big Bird's analysis. Thank you so much, Big Bird. You're my GOAT. I really hope to see you play Marisa competitively again eventually, but I'm really happy for you with the success on Rashid. And thank you to everybody for watching the YouTube video. I really appreciate you turning out for this. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers, so close to the number of watch hours I need to be able to actually make a small amount of ad revenue off of this channel. So every share, every interaction, everything counts. I really appreciate y'all. Take care of yourself, and when in doubt, Gladius.